People ask me why I do these pilgrimages, why I do these walks, and this is why. Today is an example of it. Even though my schedule was not what I had anticipated, this is terrific. Like when you get out into the countryside and see the small towns and the small cities and the places where people live, to see the real Italy. If you ever come to Italy, I encourage you to find places like this. Where I'm at right now is Aosta, and it's just this great little town. All sorts of great things going on here, and I'll try to capture some of them. Lots of ruins in the city, so I'll check some of those out today. So we're going to take best advantage of my change in schedule and really try to explore the area and show you some of the really beautiful parts of this town. I think I've fallen in love with this place. I really have. So just forward my mail here. My wife, I'll give her directions and I'll pick out a place for us. This should be a perfect place to retire. Hopefully she'll agree. So we'll see how that works out. But this is the place, man. This is the real Italy. This is the place where if you really want to capture the essence of Italianita, the Italian life, the Italian culture, you want to find places like this. And I feel very blessed to be here. So let's check out what else is going on in the city. This is something I wanted to point out. In many of the towns and cities in Italy, you'll see these water fountains. The water from these fountains is actually quite good to drink. In fact, the Italians laugh at the tourists who will come through, buy expensive bottles of water, when the water from these fountains is actually better than what you might be able to get in some of those fountains. Here we see the obligatory statue of Romulus and Remus, who are feeding from the she-wolf that had supposedly raised them. Here's a fun fact. The same word for she-wolf was also the word for prostitute, and some historians think that they really were raised by a prostitute and not by a she-wolf. As I may have mentioned before, I really like to get out of the cities when I'm in Italy. I really love to see the true Italy, the villages, the small cities, places where just average people live. It's where you get to see the real Italy. I mean, imagine for Americans, if someone said, "Oh, I've been to America many times." Really, what did you see? Oh, Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco, Dallas, Orlando. It's like, oh, okay, great. But then, what about, like the real United States, right? The small towns, the the little places along highways and things like that, seeing how people live. Well, that's kind of how I feel about the villages in Italy, is you get to see how people live, you see how they go through their daily lives. So one of the things, I was moving for a guy who was trying to make a turn. One of the things that I love are these markets that they have. Now, this is where I think locals do most of their shopping. They don't have a Target, so they're kind of doing their thing here. And so this is, I guess, what you would call the Italian version of Target. So let me swing around here. How do I turn the camera? Well, I'm going to swing around here and kind of show you the one of the parts of the small villages of Italy, which I happen to love. So let's just check this out. So here we go, going through the market. I've just been through this, and here we have a nice vegetable stand with some nice fresh fruits and vegetables. Look at this. This is just beautiful. Look at that. Look at those cherries. It doesn't really look like the vegetable center at Ralph's, does it? Just look at this. Clothes, lots of clothes. You'll see lots of clothes and shoes here. Nice fresh hubs of garlic. To me, this is beautiful. This is kind of Italy. There's people walking along, living their daily lives. Some clothes here. My daughter once told me that she didn't want to live too far from a Target. Well, nice thing about Italy is Target comes to your neighborhood, or the Italian version of Target. Look at this, families walking around, buying their stuff for today. There's some butcher shops down here in a little bit. They get to see that. People walking with their dogs. Look at this. See, this is the real Italy. This is the true Italy. I love Rome. I love Venice. I love all of those things. But just seeing this stuff. Oh, grazie.
Oh, grande capo. Salut.
Recording for America. For my friends in America, I'm recording and showing.
America.
Yes. What was that?
The speck filet. Filetto.
From which animal?
Filet, the pig. The pork.
Oh, okay,
The
pork.
The pork.
Okay. That's wonderful.
Oh, sì. And the winner. Cinghiale. Songrie. No, pork selvati.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Oh, grazie.
Thank you.
Grazie. Wonderful. Giusto? Molto giusto?
Molto
Sì?
molto
Sì?
buono. Wonderful.
Molto
Perfect.
buono.
Only. Deer.
Oh, really?
Deer.
Oh, wow.
Test? Deer?
Oh, don't open. No, don't open.
Okay.
Don't
No,
bother.
Okay.
Very good, though.
Thank you.
Very good.
That's it.
This is a picture of a very nice man I met later in the day. He wasn't part of the market, but he was selling Edelweiss. And you know, I really love the flower Edelweiss. Of course, you can't think of Edelweiss without thinking of that wonderful song from Sound of Music. Now, I like the song itself. I think it's a very pretty song. It's fun to play on the guitar. But I also like the idea that it's a song that is a anti-fascist song. This is a bookstore I went in. I saw in the window a book about Tolkien and something about Tolkien and anti-fascism or some such thing. So I went in to talk to the owner, and it was in Italian, so I wanted to learn more about the book and maybe get an English copy. But it ended up being a very interesting conversation and was kind of the high point of my day. So I just included this picture so that I could tell you about a good thing about this bookstore and what a great conversation I had. I included this picture because I want to make a very important point for those of you visiting Italy. You see how the gelato is? You see how it's deep inside these frozen tubes, if you will? Sometimes you'll see a gelateria where the gelato is piled up really, really high. That's not the good stuff. This is the good stuff. Sometimes you'll even see it with a lid. When you see gelato like this stored in these types of containers, that's the good stuff. Make sure you stop, make sure you pick up some of this, because this is the really good stuff. The other stuff, it's okay. I mean, hey, how bad can gelato get? But for the real primo gourmet goods gelato, you want to look for a place that has this sort of thing with the containers or even with lids. So I decided to get some for myself. Chocolate and raspberry, one of my favorite combinations. I included this picture here because I wanted to just show that we're remarkably close to Switzerland, and you can see a lot of the Swiss food and fashion and just some traditional Swiss types of things.